Hi, I'm Matt Lehman, and I'm going to be working on a Love2D game here today. So we're going to get right back to it. I've been working on a pong clone, and I'm adding features to it at this point. So the goal is to add some polish. So I'll start with a little demo. I've got the audio working now, so we actually should hear the game in action, which might be weird with the other audio. So let me see if I can figure out how to quickly... How could I mute this? Will that work? Yeah. I'm gonna be new to some of this audio stuff, so sorry about that. But if we play the game real quickly, we'll see I've given it a corny name for fun. And I've got a little bit of a chiptune here. And it's just a pong clone. This is what it looks like. We've been adding effects to it to make it bigger and better. So the goal is to continue to add different levels to the house. So this is the normal level. Right now the hard difficulty is really no different than this, except for some graphical flourishes. So what we're going to do is work with Grok to see if we can make some changes. The first one I had in mind, actually let's bring the game back up again, and is to show the hard modes. I did some stuff with the menus here. I'm still not sold if it's great or not, but you can see that it switches this to a different background graphic, and I switched the paddle color of the CPU. That's the only difference, but I want to do some stuff that starts to change this and make it more interesting. So first of all, well not first, but we'll need the different music. Like I want to have it switch to a different song when it does this. I want to also have, I think I want the ball to be like sort of glowing yellow, glowing red, and then we're going to need to adjust, actually make it harder, because it's right now it's the same difficulty as the normal mode. So that's that. Let's bring that back. This tab. I'll find a better way to manage the background. Oops, did it stop on me? I think it did. It waited for me to whatever. Trying to figure this stuff out. Sorry for that. It's not the best experience yet. So I've been working with Grok for this. I made a command, probably worth seeing, that I split the game up into multiple different files now. See, there's different Lua files here, and working with Grok, that would become a little annoying. So I took this utility called Files to Prompt, which comes from Simon Willison, and I've got this new makefile target that allows me to basically take all of my game code and then get it to something I can paste into the Grok window here. So here's my Pong game, is what we'll say, and then paste, and it should be all the code. So that's where we'll start from. And now we want to like that will, I'm bringing the conversation back. I don't want to use a really old thread because the responses take a long time. They aren't necessarily as good. Yada yada yada. So let's say in the hard mode of the game, let's make a setting that will control the ball's color and tail ball's glow color, I guess, because it will start glowing. It goes from like white to begins like glowing yellow, and we want to also adjust the tail color. So we want this thing to go from being a yellow ball in the normal mode, or a yellow tail that glows yellow, to a red tail that glows red. And let's see. In this hard mode, the color should be a vibrant red instead of yellow. Let's see what Grok provides for us here. So we're going to modify settings, and hopefully we'll extract some new stuff, because I think previously it was using the color like directly in the game scene, because we didn't need to configure it for anything. So with any luck, it will start extracting. Yeah, here's the ball glow color and tail color for hard mode. And you can see, I wonder why it's doing nil there for dynamic. So let's make sure that that's right, because this is weird that it's like two different colors. What do you have on settings over here? There's, alright, yeah, we'll just have to check on the code. We'll take that and change it, put in this new stuff. So it's just the 4 lines that are there. And then we'll go see what else is there. If nil, the game will use dynamic color lerping based on speed. Oh, okay, this may not be right. I think what this did is it made it red all the time for hard mode. So I need to tell it that I want it to have the same kind of pattern of start from white and go to red. Game scene that we're replacing. It's adding some comments back because it's kind of weird like that. It goes back and forth on adding and taking out comments. Wait, what's this file? Update the game scene. Why is it doing it a second time? Game scene. Did it delete a bunch of stuff when I pasted? It did. Of a lot of stuff. Okay. I took out too much, apparently. Let's take this out. So what did it replace? I guess I have to read a little bit more carefully. Modify the load function. The draw function. So, okay. It just is not doing the whole thing for us. Let's look for load. And is more than load. It's got load and draw. Is draw right after this? It's not. Alright, that's annoying. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, so we'll copy this. We will change the whole function, paste in all of this code. We will delete the extra function for the draw. And now we've got the new version of load. That's what we want. Most of that should stay the same. And then we want to go to the draw function. Change all of this. Paste again. Now we want to get rid of extra load function. Okay. Alright, now I think we're at somewhere that's probably in the right ballpark. Let's do diff check real quick. Okay, so we've got some color stuff here. Back. Okay. We replace those, and then what's it's going to do? Like, it's weird that it split this up over multiple things to replace. Update that, and then in number 3 says update the update function. So there's like another one. Pretty weird. They really have. Alright. Fill the color lerping section. We have a chunk of code that we'll need here. Gotta find where it fits in. So, min. What? Those are new variables. Here it is. I don't know why min speed didn't. Oh, I said mix. Oops. Okay, so here's the new section, I think. So we need to replace from min speed, but we don't want the shake timer. It's just the ball stuff. Okay. All of this stuff. We'll change that and paste in this whole chunk of code and then delete the function stuff around it and save it. Alright, let's test it out, see how it goes. I'm just gonna leave the other music, so we might have some like overlapping music, but it's quiet enough that it shouldn't conflict too much. So let's try hard. Yeah, it's starting out with red already. Like at a maximum glow state. That's not the effect that I want. So we're gonna have to change. I mean, it does have the right look in the end, like it kind of wants to be ominous feeling. It's gone too fast. That's not good start. So, okay. This isn't quite what I want. I want the ball to always start at white. On normal mode, it will have a yellow tail and transition yellow glow. Hard mode will have a red tail and transition to a red glow. Okay. This is more like what I... We have a tail color and we have a target glow color if we ever wanted to change them. To change. Wait, Grok is choosing to do this right now is a little annoying. Past has been like, change this whole thing. As in the whole file. But doesn't seem to be doing that. We're going to change the load function, the reset ball function, Then date function. Okay. Yeah, this is looking like the right ballpark. Let's start with the hard. No, still not doing it. Notice though that it wasn't glowing. That's the difference. So there's like a glow that appears at the time. Okay. Wasn't precise enough with my words apparently. This is still not quite right. The glow is correct, but in hard mode, the ball color is still starting at red instead of starting at white and transitioning to red. See what normal looks like while that's generating. Did it mess that up too? Yeah, it did. Because now it's a yellow ball all the time. But that's not what I want. It should be like only at this point. The idea is like it's getting fired up and the speed is increasing. So it's kind of glowing hot like a star or something like that. That would be intense. And you can see that glow gets built up there. Let's see if it will correct it. Just doing the one. Game scene update. Looks like normal. Let's see if it glows, and then we'll check hard. Okay, definitely glowing now, yellow. Seems right. If we go back and try out hard now, okay, cool. Might have had it. So it's got the red tail. I can already tell it's changing. It went to a pink immediately. Building up. Cool. Alright, that's the feature. Okay, so let's look at what it did. Make sure we understand it. It starts with a color. Starts with white, always. Good. And then it has a target color, which is good. And resets to white and resets back to the target color. Target glow color, both times. Interesting. Wonder what it changed here. Oh, it had to. Previously it was just changing green and blue, get to the yellow color, I guess. And the red channel was always staying the same. That's interesting. So we're unpacking. Okay. This is a table. This gets set to a table. We unpack it into these variables, and then we put it back in based off of some like time change. I don't know what. And then t is the amount of time change, I guess. Okay. And then we set, rather than use the local variables, we probably could have used local variables. Whatever, it's fine. Then it's getting the tail color from the ball tail color. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. Put those messages back in, and here's our new settings. All right, great. So use a red glow and tail color for hard mode. And I think longer term, planning to make like an easy mode too, which might have green, but that's later. Also, settings. So we have the CPU paddle color as white for this, and I think I just want to set it the same as here. So CPU paddle color for normal. We're gonna have to tell it I changed that, but this should now make the normal mode have a yellow pedal. Which should make sense as it's going. The other thing I thought about doing is maybe it's worth giving playing with like having some kind of motion for the actual pedals. So the CPU is so jittery, I'm not sure it will work out well. So I changed the CPU paddle color to yellow for normal mode. So let's figure out what's the next. Let's try and make the AI harder, perhaps. Next, can you make the CPU AI more difficult in hard mode? So use a yellow paddle CPU for normal mode. Okay. CPU paddle color. Great. But recognize that it only had to change the settings in one place. That's good. In the game scene, the CPU paddle moves based on this code in the update function. Right. So it tries to go to the target based on the ball's position, and it moves at a certain speed. So we can increase the paddle speed. Instead of targeting the ball's current position, calculate where the ball will be. Ooh, that sounds impossible at that point. If I can know exactly where it's going to end up, because it's going to be so fast. Alright, well, we'll try it, see how it goes. I think we already had a ball speed or paddle speed. There it is. Whoa. I don't know that this is going to be possible. I guess we'll find out. Find out if I'm any good. I've gotten better at playing this, but to a certain degree, I don't know if this will work. The ball speed is only... Well, there's a maximum. Okay. So maybe it is possible. So it's changing the update function. There's so much there, it's hard to tell. So let's just take the whole thing and copy it in and see what changed. Go to game scene. We'll go to update. Change that. Paste it in. And then we can see, okay, here we are. So the normal mode is much simpler, I guess. And there's an extra advanced kind of CPU difficulty here. Alright, let's play it, see how it plays, and then we'll decide if it's worth reading about. Well, first let's play normal mode to make sure that this is still working appropriately. So I'll feel a win. So far so good. It seems like it was before. It still tracks pretty well. But the thing where if you're fast enough. Yeah, okay. Now let's try the hard mode and see if that is like impossible now. Oh, it's just broken. Oh no, it went right to where it's supposed to go. Oops. Like predicting where I'm going. It doesn't know yet. But then it knows exactly where it's supposed to be afterwards. I don't think it's gonna work. Like, can I beat this? Whoa, that was weird. What the heck happened? Okay, it is possible to beat it, but it's weird. What? Okay, something got messed up is that ball movement logic is now tied to the movement of the paddle. Tried to do something fancy, I think. Just totally screwed it up. Whoa! Like a screwball. Well, that was cool, but not what we wanted. Okay. So what did it do? What happened? 'Cause it wasn't that much change, right? So it cleaned up the comments from the color change stuff we just did. And then we get to the CPU paddle movement, and it's got to calculate a target Y. That's all fine and dandy. But why was it affecting the ball? Oh. Prediction stuff is what's affecting the ball speed. And the speed causes... What? This doesn't make any sense. Why would this code about picking the CPU's movement mess with the ball speed? Let's see what it said it tried to do, because it doesn't work. Calculate the time for the ball to reach the paddle's X position. So that's fine here. Time to paddle. Okay, then it's probably extrapolating from there. Predict the ball's Y position. It doesn't really matter on the bounces. Handle bounces off wall. What? Doesn't make any sense. Okay. Did the music stop again? Oh, the track just ends weird. Okay. This behavior is strange. Well, do like randomness? By changing the ball's Y speed, the ball sometimes behaves in weird ways. Why does the ball speed factor into the paddle movement? What's the point? It seems wrong. Modifies the ball's actual speed during the prediction, which affects the ball's movement in game. Yeah, okay, that explains. So we saw like some jittering stuff. So I guess what's happening between these different update calls, it was like toggling so the ball would do like do, and then it would shoot down in the right angle. So it would make sense why it would kind of go horizontally for a little bit, but you could see a sawtooth pattern. Yeah, okay. So it basically just says we screwed up. So let's try this new version, see what happens. What's in here? Still cleaning up the comments from there. Now we've got predicted wise. Okay, maybe this feels right in the right range. Let's try playing it. So we'll put on hard, see if we even have a chance. Okay, now it knows where it wants to go. I wonder if we can smooth out the jitteriness. I mean, it may not, like, it might just be impossible. Oh, apparently not. Wow. That's really hard. I think I got lucky that I got that bounce. So that, like, in that behavior, maybe that's what's trying to add the random error. The fact that it made that movement wrong makes it seem stupider than the normal mode sometimes. Like the normal mode, hey Kai, welcome. The normal mode, while kind of dumb, at least it's like predictable behavior. It won't like randomly fail. It'll just basically just the reason you score points is to get too fast for the normal mode to keep up. Let me get rid of the edge. If this is possible, it just looks weird. If like I'm winning because hard makes a mistake. So I'm not sure I like this prediction still. You might just keep it as a simple like that, because that passed and that was you should have made that kind of thing. But it felt like I say you, I'm talking about the CPU player. Like the CPU intentionally stopped. And that's what seems bonkers about this. It's like, no, it's fake. And it feels fake. Like giving you a pass kind of thing. I guess it does technically play part. What is it? And the other thing I want to understand is like that, I don't know if it's coming through well on the stream, but it looks like, it kind of looks like the CPU's paddle has had like too much hot. It's a jittery, and it's trying to adjust too much, and it's finding, so it's like finding this perfect placement, waiting there, and then just letting it go by sometimes. That feels wrong. Okay, Ryan, you're eating French fries. That's great. French fries are delicious. So let's try something else. Let's do this. I think, what if we just try making the speed go up so that you can only get by it on a harder speed? So that would be, if we take this line and restore it, basically. We'll go to CPU, paddle movement, go here, oops, and put all this in here, and then get rid of all this stuff. Why are you doing that? Come on. Oh, how much? Target Y. Okay. Okay. So now we're just saying, like, just try and go faster. And maybe that's sufficient for this. Let's see if we can beat it though. It might be, I might have made it too hard. But like, alright, contrast this with like normal mode. You can see it kind of slow. This tracking. Reasonably well. Let's go back here. I have this splash screen too, which I probably should turn off on like playtesting. Can I score a point now that it's set to go faster? The reason if you're wondering, right, you have to hit on the edge of the paddle to make it go speed up quicker. And hitting it at the angles is what causes the diagonal. The diagonal movement is the only way you get a chance to beat the computer. I don't know this anymore. Because there's a fundamental limit, like the ball moves at like 250, I think. So if you go faster, then I'd have to do the math to figure out what's possible. But I might have made it like look how fast it's going. You can travel. Oh, okay, alright. It's possible. Just hard. I think the next thing I want to do, like if you look at my motion, okay, I can hold down my paddle motion, the white paddle, and alright, maybe this sounds bad. It's a nice smooth animation, but the movement of the CPU is just so jittery. I don't know why that is. I think it's trying to like figure out how much is it allowed to go. And I'm not sure what's working well. But let's take that as a, that's probably okay. Okay. I didn't like the behavior because the random failure felt more like CPU was allowing me to get a point. I've removed that code. And gone back to the previous behavior. Only change that I kept was updating the ball speed setting. All right, what else could we do though that would make the AI feel more natural? Actually, no. Let's not do that. Let's ask like, why does the motion feel so jittery? The motion of the CPU paddle feels or appears jittery. I can visibly observe. Oops. That the CPU is fluctuating between different areas. Fluctuating. This causes a real motion blur effect. For the player paddle, animation is always smooth. How can and we smooth the animation better. I have a feeling it's going to be some kind of lerping, linear interpolation, but I don't know what it says. The jittery motion is likely due to the position is updated in update. Current code directly sets the paddle position based on the ball's current Y position, causing rapid adjustments to the ball's Y position changes quickly. Right? So it's doing this math here. CPU paddle instantly targets the ball's current position. Yep. This is based on speed and DT. Okay. CPU paddle, however, recalculates its target every frame, leading to rapid. Okay. Hard mode amplifies this. Yep, we're gonna do some lerping. Smooth the CPU, we can implement linear interpolation or a damping approach. Gradually move the paddle towards its target position rather than instantly adjusting to it. This mimics the smooth movement. Cool. So we're going to calculate the position and then lerp to it. So, okay, we also need to make sure it's not going to make it less effective. A timer for lerping, I guess. So copy the code. Let's see if it actually works. Update. So let's go to hard mode. That's much better. My question is, can we get by it? Ooh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Nerf the CPU. We can't get there in time. That's funny. The animation looks good, but it does look like really messing with the ability of the player, of the CPU. At least it knows. Move the. Whoops. What am I talking about? Since you remove the trajectory prediction, oh, we could make our paddle smaller. Let's say. Hard to get there. Just I see. So those are good things to keep in mind. We can make the paddle smaller for the player. That might actually be a good easy one. And then we can make the ball initial speed and multiplier go up faster. Okay, I like that. But first, let's correct the CPU. So the new animation looks great, but it destroyed CPU's ability to play well. CPU is not reaching the ball in time. For most balls that go its way. The smoothing clamps the paddle's movement. Oh, okay. While this eliminates jitter, it slows so the paddle is literally just going slower because it's getting clamped. Okay. To fix the CPU's performance while maintaining smooth motion, we'll need to modify paddle movement. Use a velocity-based approach instead of clamping. Set the paddle's velocity toward the target at paddle speed. Okay, I don't fully follow what that's doing yet, but let's see the code. I'm gonna put this... Let's stage those changes before we take these updates, in case it's crap. Right, I don't know what all it changed there, so let's take this whole thing and change the update function to this new thing. Oh, it broke my particles again. Paddle. Every time once in a while it does this. Particle. I was going to break the game if I didn't have that. Alright, let's see how it goes. Whoa, broken. So let's not take those changes. Or we'll give it one more chance to correct itself, but that was pretty messed up. Okay. We also need to tell it that it messed up the variable name, so it could correct them this time. You messed up the variable names of the particle left and particle right, and replaced particle with paddle. Please fix that. Also, this behavior is broken. Now the CPU paddle what's the right word? Is oscillating in place quickly as it's moving. Something is wrong with this new movement code. Okay, well, seems like it found the problem, and I described it well enough. But is it going to generate the right fix? Sometimes it thinks it can know the fix, and then just like totally creates a junk solution. Like stuck. So we'll see. If not, we can back it out. That's what the whole point. Oh man, you just failed big time. What's going on there? Okay, maybe it wasn't done. I copied. Yeah, okay. Fix the particle stuff. It's got some different code here. I don't know if it's right or not. See how it looks. Okay. It's not, I mean, okay. No, it's just too slow. The up went really fast. It barely managed to catch that one. Like, whoa. Something's weird. Like it's frozen for a moment. And it slows down. But maybe it's close. Maybe we just need to... It's definitely struggling. Okay. Well, okay. So... It's no longer oscillating. But it's way too slow now. This time, I noticed that it would start fast, then slow down. I don't know if that info will help you find a solution. Smooth target Y is damping the target position too aggressively over time. Because it said I was trying to do some stuff based on like a velocity calculation, right? Okay. Oh. Womp womp. It interrupted itself. Where's the rest? Oh, there it goes. Okay. It's like, I'm gonna just pause for a minute for no reason. Okay. Gotta go feed my cat soon, so I'm gonna have to take a break. My wife is out at the National Spelling Bee. Unusual event to go to. But my niece qualified. So, once in a lifetime chance. Very random. Okay. Let's try this. I don't know what it did. Let's check it out. See if it fixed anything. Okay, it's making a more natural motion, but still too slow. When it gets up towards that edge, it just doesn't know what to do. It's like it's fine if the angle is tight, or if the angle is large. It knows to keep moving. Oh yeah, check that out. So it's like, all I have to do is hit one of these shots at an angle in a spot that's not gonna get there. So there's something about the way it's calculating stuff. Oop, even that. Okay. Just like slow down there. Alright. Well, at least we're in the ballpark. Maybe it's fixable. It does give the nice smooth animation that I want. Alright, let's see. I think you are close. The paddle is still reacting a bit too slow to track the ball, even at the lower speeds of the ball when the point first starts. Oh, there's a smoothing factor. Adjust the smoothing factor. Cap the target velocity, yada 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 yada. Okay. So there's 2 changes this time. We're making a change to update. I guess we're introducing a new concept, smooth velocity. Gotta go to reset ball. Change that function. Okay, we've got that smooth velocity thing. See how this plays. far so good. Uh-oh. Nope, still too slow. Because this is like the... Oh man, that's brutal. Okay, let's see if I can get it at a high angle. No, it's just too slow. Well, shoot. It like just misses every time. What can we do to counteract that? Overshoot? Maybe? Okay. It's still just not working. I think the problem is that the paddle is trying to reach the exact position of the ball and match at the edge. The lerping and damping prevent the paddle from getting to the ball in time. What if we tried to overshoot the paddle a bit? And make it so that the paddle is trying to make contact with the ball at around 10 pixels or so. On the interior of the paddle. That makes sense. Like, what I'm trying to say is, like, if the paddle, so the ball's going there and it's trying to get to this position on the bottom, and so the lerping is causing it to, like, it just never quite reaches there in time because it's trying to line up the points to exactly. So I'm saying, what I'm trying to tell Grok here is, like, what if you, instead of aiming for exactly where the ball is positioned, aim for just like a little bit lower so that it's trying to hit like 10 pixels into the width of the CPU paddle. That's what I'm going for. We'll see if it makes sense. It might actually make it, if it's a little faster, it might make it so that it's like perfect at it. That could be a problem, but we'll try this. And I'm gonna let this code generate, and then I'm gonna go feed my cat. I shall be back in a little bit, and we'll try this fix at that point. And I'm going to let it figure out the math there. It shouldn't really be for me to do. So all this update code again. All right, there's the edge offset that it's talking about. Slight overshoot for responsive. Like I said, this might make it too good. We shall find out very quickly. All right. So we need to go back to update, change all this in the new version. Got all this new stuff, their edge offset and all that jazz. see how it does. Feeling a lot more of the shots are going to come straight at me now. Because it's like, because of the overshoot. Whoa! Overshoot. Looked in a negative way. That's weird. Whoops. Okay, so the logic still isn't quite right. I think we're creating now new problems like this. What the heck? Hold on. Make sure that I had... Because they said they were going to add something. Make sure that I have this appropriately, just in case it's my fault. Not. So I was trusting... Yeah, it seems right. Or it seems like the code that they wanted me. Oh, it's normal. It's even worse. In some way, kind of hitting in the middle is actually a little bit normal, but or unexpected behavior. It was actually kind of weird that the ball something on the map is wrong. It's just hilarious. Okay. So this is doing a better job of making contact. Sometimes the overshoot is causing the CPU paddle pass right by where the ball should be. In other words, for some of the shots, if the paddle stayed in place, what's going on with the music again? Heck. Why did you stop here? Oh, that's the end of this set of songs? Huh? Alright, well, let's go back. Apparently I need a longer playlist. Or the free stuff, anyway. In other words, for some of the shots, if the paddle stayed in place, it would have connected the ball. Instead, moves out of the way. The overshoot factor amplifies delta Y, making the paddle target a position 20% beyond the intended target. This can cause the paddle to move too far in the direction of the ball's motion, especially if the ball's position changes rapidly or the paddle is already close to the correct position. As a result, the paddle may pass the ball's hit zone. edge offset aims for the ball. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Reduce the overshoot factor. Only when the ball is far away. Okay. Stabilize near ball. Now they're getting like really trying to do a bunch of different things to get behavior to work differently at different speeds, which is introduces the nice part about the previous code is it's so simple. It was just like go to the position, and this is saying we're gonna do all these fancy things to predict where it's gonna go, and that complexity may come at a cost of maintaining it. Now it's one thing if I never change it, then it should be fine. But we'll see. All right, let's see what they did. So go to update, change this, and bring this back in. But now they got like this, all this extra calculation. This is getting quite large for getting this smooth movement. It might be worth it, but it seems like a lot. Also, the other thing that was happening with this is by going to the edge, the speed will increase faster if it goes to the edge. So if the CPU can get to there quicker, if there's no warping stuff, then it keeps the pace of the game up. So I think I'm gonna ditch like basically all of this code. What did it do? Whoa. Yikes. Okay. What is under here? No, that wasn't any good either. So let's go like kill everything except for like the let's restore the game scene. Pong game scene. And then I want to get rid of that. So then what we have is just the changes. Okay, and then we can go clean up this. So now we've got, whoops. Now we've got just like the different CPU speeds. That's kind of hilarious that after all of that trouble, we just end up with different CPU speeds. So we're gonna try hard and just let it be a jittery mess. This is just like my first game, really, so maybe there are better ways that I could have done this calculating and stuff, but I'm okay with just erring on simple. Especially because that's all I get out of this, is that like CPU, hard is hard, because the CPU is almost like a cheater. That seems okay with me. You want a hard mode to be hard. Okay, it is still possible to score. It's just tricky. Now, nice. Probably, what do I want to do? I thought about giving the paddles like a tail of their own, but with that jittery behavior, it's just gonna make whatever kind of glowing tail look just weird. It's gonna look weird on the CPU, so I don't think I want to add that effect. Another thing I considered is like, what if we made like a paddle spin, like a visual flourish. Like when the ball hits it, you could imagine there's a fulcrum in the center of the paddle, and you could do like a spin move, like a 180 or a 360 for every impact, and just like lock back into place. The other thing that I thought of doing, that's going to work well here, is more artistic, is that the splash screen where it says the game. I had something in mind for what I would want that to look like. Nice. Right now it's just like a very quick little thing where the letters pop into play. A decent placeholder, but that's not what I want. And I also need to get some more music, but I don't know if like grounded music is the most interesting thing to do on stream. Alright. Got a chance to win. It is surprisingly fun to play this game. Maybe not so fun to watch, but it is pretty simple. I think where I want to go with this especially is I have the basic game in place. I'm thinking like a good menu, 3 different levels of difficulty. Wow, cool. And like a pause menu, that sort of stuff. Then I kind of want to play with, could I put it on an Android phone? Could I make it a mobile game? What would I have to do that? It's like all the menus have to become touch menus at that point, so hitting buttons would require detecting click inputs, which would be finger taps, I guess. So that's something else we'd have to do. So let's commit this. Make difficulty. Oh, I remember. The other things it said is on hard mode, we could adjust the initial speed and the multiplier so that it could make it more fast-paced, and we could shrink the paddle size. Those seem like good simple changes that aren't going to cause like complex CPU behavior. They're really just about the ball behavior and about the player's ability to have a paddle that reaches all the way over there. Sometimes it's like, oh, you gotta move a distance. Make difficulty of hard mode based on paddle speed. Alright, so let's do this. Let's update Grok with the state of what I have now. And see if we can make those simple changes. Let's forget that code. I can't get it the way I like it. Here is my current game code. I want 3 settings for normal and hard. 3 additional settings, I guess. So, 1 for hard, increase the initial ball speed. For hard, increase the speed modifier. For normal, no, for hard, decrease the vertical size of the player paddle by, I don't know, 50%. Be sure to make all of these configurable as settings, because I may want to create an easy mode. Sure. Oh, we already have those properties. Oh, look at that. It knew we were going to want to do that, so we just have to mess with those. Cool. So we will have to modify the player paddle height. There will be a new thing. There we go. So we've got our settings here. We'll change to this. So it got rid of the comment on the paddle CPU speed. We've got player paddle height, and we're going to 250 on the initial speed and a multiplier of 1.25. Okay, cool. And then a 50 for the height and hard. It's cool. So then it's just going to use these settings in the different spots in the code. Boom, 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 boom. Game. Oh, nice. I'm going to put out the whole game scene file so I don't have to copy and edit and monkey around with the different parts. Gotta make sure it's correct, but at least it's a simple copy paste. Oh, keep going. What are you doing? Stop it. There it goes. paste in all of our game scene. I don't know why it's choosing to. Oh well, I guess it just deleted some comments or something. I don't know what it did there. Yeah, it's just cleaning up bad comments. And it has to factor in the paddle height or where to put it vertically. That's good. Got some color stuff there. All looks good. Yeah, again, Grok goes back and forth between adding comments or removing them. So that's what we see. That's the weirdness. So let's try. Whoops. That's not right. Love Pong. That's where let's try normal mode, and we should see comes off pretty quickly. Feels like the other game. The other one should feel noticeably snappier. Okay, this feels like the game I've been playing for 4 weeks now. So that's good. And I really need like a pause menu to like quit and go back to. That'd be a good thing, to have a pause menu that allows you to like restart or go back to the main menu. And then, choose a different hardness setting. Okay. Definitely smaller. Oh boy, that one. What you want, like hard players are people who get into harder difficulty. They want a challenge, right? So you just have a casual game. That's fine. But you want to feel like this is something else. I think with the easy mode. Adjust the paddle size, make it bigger. It's already like pretty big. Or if anything, maybe I will adjust the normal mode to be 75 or something. Or not an odd number. Maybe I'll do like 80 or something there. But the easy mode being game volume, I guess, is I can control that, but it's only like a little low. So what's the what else can we do? So that was great. I like those changes. Those were very simple changes that made the game, the hard mode, feel like something different. Previously, like the normal and the hard mode they felt virtually the same. They just had a different look, and even the speed adjustment at the end there for the hard CPU wasn't as noticeable as that ball movement change. That was big. So let's keep that. Let's see. Make settings adjustments to ball speed and paddle size for hard mode. Okay, next. Let's see. On hard mode, I would like to have. How much more should the screen shake be? Let's go extreme. So 3 times the screen shake, and then we'll adjust down as normal mode, because it might have to make it a setting first. And see what it does with that. The goal, again, is for hard mode, I want it to be fast and like frenetic and just like everything's getting shaken up. That would be really good. So there's max intensity. I hope it doesn't try and hard code this here. Oh, good. It is realizing, hey, we'd make this a setting. And then update the game scene to use this new max intensity setting. So this pattern of using a settings thing is turning out to be nice. Wasn't sure how it was going to go, but I think it is proving to be the way to handle this stuff. And it should make creating like an easy mode really easy. So now we have shake, and then we need to go. Is it going to do the whole thing for us again? Yeah, apparently it is. All right. Starting from the beginning, going to generate the whole game scene file. Oops. And this is probably about where I want to end for this evening. I think what I will do once I verify this last change is I want to make a new, like my scene transitions are kind of garbage. I got them from some like kind of starter pack for setting up a stream set, and this was before all of this AI stuff what made it like trivially easy to generate images. So I have I have a prompt or two that I want to try to make a new graphic that I can display the different scenes that I have for my stream. So I'm going to probably spend just a few minutes on that as something to round out the stream for the evening. I know it has nothing to do with this game, but it is. I'm working towards making the stream itself better over time. Uh-oh. Might have messed something up here. Oh, unpack is deprecated. Ugh, that's not good. Deprecate. Dude. What are you supposed to do instead of unpack? Okay, well, whatever. Let's see what it did on that code. Did it screw something up? Because I don't think I saw those warnings before, but maybe I just wasn't looking. Yeah, that's pretty weird. What is this? Why is this in here? I have a feeling it broke that. By accident. Let's try and run it, and then if it's behaving weird. Let's see, where is that code? This is ball trail code. Okay, so if the ball trail looks weird, we can fix that. So we need to go hard and have it bounce on something. Whoops. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So that code was definitely busted. That was a super weird one to change like that. I'm very grateful for Git for in the midst of all this stuff. Okay, this should now work okay. Okay, there we go. Nice. Cool part is it's easy enough to adjust that if I just say maybe that was too intense. It is pretty extreme. Like you have to orient yourself on, well, where's the ball? Uh-oh. Almost didn't get back to the middle. Let's call that a victory. Yeah. Like it. Okay. Increase screen shake for hard mode. Now finally, I want to go to ChatGPT. ChatGPT seems to be making better images lately, like than Grok. So I want to use that. So what do I want? I would like an image, a background image. Not really a background, but whatever. For my online stream before I start the stream. It is important that the words "starting soon" appear on the image. As for the image itself, what do I want? I was thinking about this. I thought it'd be fun to like. I want a sci-fi, dystopic future. Oops, that's not how you spell dystopic, isn't it? Dystopic. Whatever. It's close enough. Grok or ChatGPT will figure out what. Is it DSY? No. That would be It's not this. I thought it was this. Whatever. Yeah, dystopic. Dystopic? Okay, I spelled it right. Dystopian, I guess. Okay. The dystopic would be the noun, right? Or the adjective, I mean. Describe it? Whatever. With a, let's see, Blade Runner 2049 feel. I would like a zoomed out city scene. There's also that like epic fantasy look where they have like a character in the foreground. So okay, I would like a zoomed out city scene with a character, small scale character in the foreground. to make the city feel huge in the mid and background. Since this is the future, I want to include flying things, whether that be flying cars, spaceships, or even buildings. Let's make the scene happen at night with a rainy vibe. I don't know, let's just see what it'll produce. I'm trying to get rid of, I think this will show this very, very dull, like functional but dull image with something that is at least intriguing to look at before I start. It also might give me the opportunity to do less editing. If the image looks good enough and the time from which I go live to start is short enough, then I could potentially just like leave it there and not have to edit my streams. I don't know if that'll be practical, because it anything more than 30 seconds and people are going to check out. I'm not watching on YouTube. So it may not work in that way, but for anybody who's actually joining live or catches the stream right after it's finished uploading, at least get something more interesting to look at, assuming that ChatGPT makes an interesting image here. Let's see. Let's try refreshing this page and see if the image is done. Now, taking time. The other thing I gotta figure out is, like, I had the music going. It was on a tab. It's fine. It was actually surprisingly hard to get like audio from my actual computer aside from this microphone playing on this Mac. Apparently Mac does not allow audio inputs to go into other apps. It's like one app cannot produce for the other. Oh, that's kind of cool. How does it look? Let me take off my flux stuff. I like it. I think I like it. Where'd flux go? There it is. Disable. What's the color palette? Yeah, sweet. Cool. So it was just difficult to get this going. Let's download this image. And well, that's opening the file. And we'll call it well, actually we want to move it somewhere. So where do we want to move it? Downloads, chat. Oh, there's two of them. Well, this is the one from the 29th, so this one. And then to, I think I created a document section. Where did I put this stuff? I had, yeah, documents. Stream. Yeah. Okay. Whoops. No, but it has that long name. Dang it. Downloads, stream. No, nope. Documents. Stream. Move chat to be starting soon, PNG. All right. Now, let's come over to, and this is where it could go horribly wrong if the stream just crashes. It doesn't like being edited on while streaming, but we'll try it anyway. And so here's the starting soon. Let me open the source properties. It's like embedded. Jeez, this is a terrible location. We're gonna go not in this like cache area. It's horrible. We want to go to here and then try this and open. All right, cool, but it's too small. So what can we do? We can stretch it. We just go oversized with it? Or just have some black bars on the side, it's fine. Oh, now it's letting me go outside the bounds. Okay. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make this much bigger than the actual like image. And then I like the getting the bottom of the frame there. Although you lose some of the cool, like, is it better to maybe here? How much of his legs do you need? Because he's got like this reflection. I don't know, does that make sense? It was just down here. I don't know how that looks. I'm gonna jump over and look at Firefox and go to my live streaming thing. Alright, that's pretty cool. I'm digging it. So I think we'll say, and switches to that. This should come up and show you like all the stream stuff here in a second. Watch it. There he goes. Okay. Nice. Alright. I'm keeping it. So next time I'll probably continue to work on this. I have been poking around this like in off hours off stream, so it's not like I'm committing to do everything on here on stream. The next things are I need better sound effects for the actual, like, it does a little bump off the wall, but it does this, it makes the same sound effect when you bump off the paddle. And then there's also I think there's one that where you can there's supposed to be one when someone scores a point too, but it's all the same sound effect, so you can't really tell. So I want to change that. I need a better menu, like all around. I need a better splash screen, pause menu. So there's like some things that I want to add before I feel like the game is done. I'm pretty happy with like where the mechanics are though, so I don't know I'll be changing much of the actual gameplay from this point on. Anyway, that's that was the stream for this evening. It's been fun to continue to learn with Lua here. If you've never done Love2D before, this is what this is. It's all using Lua and the Love2D game engine. So definitely check it out. It's pretty good fun. That'll be it for me. I'll see you next time. I'll have to change this ending screen because the ending screen is just as bad as the starting soon one that you saw. We'll have to figure out something else to put in that place. So thank you for joining in. See you next time.